Hare Krishna. Haribol devotees, Hare Krishna. So today we are joining for our Attainment of Suddha Suddha Bhakti Part 2, Session 17. So we'll start with our prayers, and today's class is also very important. This is also about Shastra Ninda. Okay. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Vashata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today we have got very wonderful, beautiful flowers with green color that Maharanda place is green in color, so beautiful, pink color. It's a variety of samanthi. So it's beautiful, rose and green color combination. So we can offer this for our Shastra, and then we'll take the blessings of the Shastra and go to Gaunita and offer these beautiful roses for their lotus feet, get their blessings, and then go for Radha and Krishna, and beautiful flowers are there, Samadhi flowers are there. We can offer how much ever we want, we can offer those flowers to Radha and Krishna, and then get their blessings. And here for Krishna, for Gopa boys, and for the gopis, we have nice thali, puffed up puris, and chana dal tadka, then doklas, milk sweet, then chana sweet, then aloo, saag, sabji, buttermilk, rice, and then fruits, papaya fruits. And one more sabji is also there here, cauliflower sabji. So very nice thali, very wonderful thali we can offer to Krishna. And you can see the Gopas standing on the Govardhan Giri Govardhan. Very beautiful scene. Okay, we'll offer to all of them. So here, beautiful thali for our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So for our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya of ISKCON Srila Prabhupada ki jai, for him we have nice puffed up puris and bondas, aloo bonda, then rice, and with such wonderful tulasi. We are offering all these things to Radha and Krishna: dal, water, fried rice, kheer, and then paneer. That is saag with paneer. So very nice combinations. We can offer this wonderful plate for our Srila Prabhupada after offering to Radha and Krishna. Okay. So and then we can give it to His Holiness Bhanuswami Maharaj and all our Guru Parampara. Okay. For our Srila Prabhupada's lotus feet, we have beautiful roses, and for Maharaj, His Holiness Bhanuswami Maharaj ki jai. For him, we have a nice sweet rice, chakra pongal, and then nice avial, and puffed puris, and chutney, and dahi vadas, and then til ka laddu, urad ka vada, and then some sabji, nice sabji, cauliflower sabji. Okay, so this is and I think this is in the middle khichdi. So nice khichdi is also there with puris. Very nice combinations. So we can offer this also to Radha and Krishna, and for Prabhupada, and then for our His Holiness Madhuswami Maharaj, and then we can have all the Maha. So here we can offer all these beautiful flowers for Maharaj lotus feet, and then we'll go for take his blessings, and then we will go for our class. So human beings are surely subject to these faults. So we were seeing how Karnapatava, then the 4 faults, all those 4 faults we were very much seeing all these days. Vipralipsa, so cheating propensity, then illusion, and then making mistakes. So all these 4 types of faults, the human is to err, and human will be always making mistakes. Okay, so therefore we need to have the knowledge. But if we take the knowledge, they get also the knowledge what we are taking is also subject to faults, because we don't know how to receive the knowledge, how to take the knowledge inside like this. This, of course, is concerning to material knowledge. So when we are going for material knowledge itself, we are making 4 basic faults are there lying with us, with our inefficient senses also we have. So all these problems are there with material knowledge. Then what to speak of spiritual knowledge? It becomes even worse, because if we are going to talk about spiritual knowledge, which is inaccessible to our senses, then we have to use our mind. But all our intellectual conceptions are based upon our senses. So to have a conception about God is beyond the senses completely. Okay? So to have a conception about God is beyond the senses completely. So we are bound to fail. So to have a conception about God is beyond the senses completely. So if we have the conception of God, then we have to have our senses also in the same level as Krishna, that is spiritual senses. But because we have material senses and Krishna is having spiritual senses, both are not falling into one place. That's the problem. So that's why it is Krishna is beyond our senses. The capacity of our senses is very limited. But Krishna's senses are completely beyond our level. So we are bound to fail. That's why we are not able to catch Krishna's spiritual senses with our material senses. Of course, there are some philosophies which are trying to do this, but those are rejected. Some philosophies, they give wrong way. They are taking us in that wrong way. That some philosophies, they try to understand God with our imperfect senses. So that we cannot do. So they will end up with speculative knowledge. Therefore, only the scriptures will give proper information about God. So, Sabda Pramana. Only the scriptures will give us perfect information about God. So, scripture is for getting our knowledge. Scriptures give knowledge without fault. It is called Pramana, or method of knowing. So, when we say scripture is authoritative or Pramana, that means we accept Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, Itihasas, etc. as our authority for getting knowledge of God. So scripture is a means of knowledge. So when we say scripture is authoritative or Pramana, that means we accept Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, Itihasas, etc. So if we accept that Pratiksha Pramana, Anumana Pramana will not work for us, only Sabda Pramana will work for us. If we accept this, then we will accept all the scriptures. Okay. So if we accept scriptures as a authoritative or pramana means if we accept scripture as proof, then we will accept Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, Itihasas, etc. as our authority. Then only Sabda Pramana, we have to have faith. Then only we will accept this Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, Itihasas, etc. Okay, as our authority. For getting knowledge of God. So, only with this knowledge, only with this authoritative pramana, authoritative proofs, or that Sabda Pramana, we can get the knowledge of God through Sabda Pramana, not through Pratyaksha Pramana and Anumana Pramana. We will get the knowledge of God, we will get the knowledge of Krishna only through Sabda Pramana. So scripture is a means of knowledge. So now we understand that sastras are the knowledge of us. Okay. Pramana, proof. Prameya, there are 9 different points which are proved by Pramana. There are 9 different points which are proved by Pramana. Okay. Pramana is scripture, Prameya. There are 9 different points which are proved by Pramana. So these are the 9 points which we saw yesterday, that Prameya. From Pramana, scripture comes Sambandha 7, Abhideya 1, and Prayojana 1. So Sambandha is our knowledge, and Abhideya is our everyday activity, and Prayojana is our goal. So we saw everything, all the 7, 1, 1. So 8, 9 topics are there. So in this, we have 9, in these 9 topics, we have 7 as Sambandha. So there is a Supreme Ishvara called as Vishnu or Krishna or any other. They are all called Ishvara. It does not include Devatas who are Jivas. Supreme Lord has energies or Saktis by which he creates material world and Jivas and the spiritual world. So Vishnu is a source of bliss and rasa. We have Jivas who are Amsas of the Lord from his Shakti. These are conscious particles, infinite in number, unlike God, and he is conscious of one. He has consciousness and free will, but he is dependent on the Lord. So we have 7 points for Sambandha Jnana. So in Sambandha Jnana, we have one point as Krishna is a supreme. This is a philosophy what Maharaj has given. And then he is the Ishvara. Then Devatas and Jivas are not included in that Ishvara. He is the only one Ishvara. Then Supreme Lord has energies or Shaktis by which he creates material world, Jivas, and the spiritual world. Okay, so Supreme Lord has energies or Shaktis. So Chit Shakti he has, Achit Shakti he has. We have already seen this, no? Chit Shakti, Achit Shakti, and in the middle, Tatastha Shakti. So all these only point, those are all coming as point. First is Supreme Lord, and then next is Krishna is having Shaktis, Chit Shakti, Achit Shakti, Tatastha Shakti, Jiva Shakti. Then this is the second point. Third point is Vishnu is a source of bliss and rasa. Vishnu is a source of bliss and rasa. So Sachidananda Vigraha. Krishna is Sachidananda Vigraha. Ananda Vigraha. So he is the source. He is a source of bliss. So we have Jivas who are Amsas of the Lord from his Tatastha Shakti. So from Tatastha Shakti comes his Jivas. So these are what is this Jivas? What are these Jivas? These are conscious particles. They are all conscious. Like Krishna, they are also conscious. Infinite in number, unlike God. So Krishna is only one and only, but Jivas are many. He is conscious of one. He has consciousness and free will, but he is dependent on the Lord. So he is conscious of one. He has consciousness and free will, but he is dependent on the Lord. So the Jiva is also dependent on the Lord. At the same time, he is also having free will. So, but he is dependent on the Lord. And he is also conscious like the Lord. So many points. Just like the Lord, he is also conscious. And he has free will. But he is dependent on the Lord. Some jivas are nitya baddhas, eternally conditioned. Some jivas are nitya muktas. Okay. Okay. So now today we are going to see only about this. Nitya baddhas, nitya muktas. Then Krishna is different and non-different from his energies. That is his achintya beda abeda tattva. So Krishna at a time is same and different from his Shaktis. So in one way we can say that Krishna and his Shaktis are one. In one way we can say that Krishna is different from his Shakti. He is Shaktiman. Shakti is called Shakti, but Krishna is called Shaktiman. Like that we can say. So somehow jivas are nitya baddhas and jivas can become nitya muktas. We will see what is nitya baddha, nitya mukta now. So now, last time, I think day for yesterday, we saw this. Jivas are Tatasa Shakti of Krishna. You know, no, this Jivas are Tatasa Shakti. They are in the middle, cat on the wall. You remember our PPT? So, cat on the wall. So, Jivas are Tatasa Shakti, middle Shakti of Krishna. Nitya Muktas directly go to the spiritual world. So, when from somewhere comes jivas, so many jivas are coming. From somewhere they are coming. But suddenly, while coming on some jivas, they directly go to the spiritual world. Why? We don't know. We don't know the reason why some jivas are going to spiritual world. Nitya baddhas go to the material world. But some jivas are going to the material world. So, Nitya Muktas are directly going to the spiritual world. They are called Nitya Muktas. And Nitya Baddhas going to the material world. Nitya Muktas or Baddha Muktas go to the spiritual world and become Nitya Siddhas. So, this now Nitya Baddhas who go to the material world, from Nitya Baddhas, some of them go to spiritual world. And some of them remain in this material world. So some of them who wants to do Bhakti Yoga and want to go to spiritual world from the material world, they are called Nitya Muktas or Baddha Muktas. They are bondage filled ones, Baddha. But they have become Muktas. They have become liberated. So Baddha Muktas, Nitya Muktas or Baddha Muktas go to the spiritual world. So even though the Nitya Muktas or Baddha Muktas, they are not directly going, while coming only they did not go directly, but after coming to the material world, they practice Bhakti Yoga and they can go to the spiritual world and become Nitya Siddhas, just like the Nitya Muktas who became Nitya Siddhas now. Like that, this Baddha Muktas, they go to the spiritual world and become Nitya Siddhas. Just a minute, I will remove this. Better, we will not put this Nitya Muktas, we will put Baddha Muktas. Who was Nitya Muktas, we used that word there. Nitya Muktas directly go to the spiritual world. Now, they are, this Baddha Muktas, they go to the spiritual world and become Nitya Siddhas. Directly go to the, but Nitya Muktas also become Nitya Siddhas. And Baddha Muktas also go to the spiritual world and become Nitya Siddhas. So, here we can go to the spiritual world and become, and become Nitya Siddhas. Nitya Siddhas. Okay. Mm. So, this is Nitya Muktas. This is Nitya Baddhas. This is Baddha Muktas. This is Nitya Baddhas. Nitya Baddhas, always being here, bound by this material world. Continue in this material world. So four kinds of names they are giving. Nitya Muktas, Nitya Baddhas, Baddha Muktas, and Nitya Baddhas. Okay. So among the Nitya Baddhas, some can go to the spiritual world and become Baddha Muktas. So we have Supreme Lord as real and his Shaktis are real. And we have the Jivas emanating from his Shaktis and material world from his Shakti. All real things. World is real, Jiva is real, Supreme Lord is real. And then if you want to be happy, you have to go to the source. And then if you want to be happy, you have to go to the source. Source means Krishna is the source of Ananda. Ananda, the personality of pleasure, the pleasure potency, personality of Ananda, Satchit Ananda Vigraha. So like this, Krishna is a source of Ananda. Okay. Then that is Krishna, who is a source of all bliss. Source, he is where Ananda is emanating. Where is Ananda coming, taking birth? It is from Krishna, Ananda. And who is the source of all bliss and rasa. That is illustrated in the next verse. Ishvara Tattva is full of rasa. He has Chit Shakti producing spiritual world. Achit Shakti producing the material world. He has Jiva Shaktis of two types. Jiva Shakti is also two types. Nitya Baddhas in this material world. So, Nitya Muktas in the spiritual world. We can become a Nitya Baddha and stay in this material world only. 20 lifetimes to 200 lifetimes we can be here. No problem. But Nitya Muktas, they go to the spiritual world. Now we see the graph what Maharaj has given, picture. Among the Nitya Baddhas, some can go to the spiritual world and become Baddha Muktas. Among the Nitya Baddhas. So many people are Nitya Baddhas here, but by contacting Guru and taking knowledge, they will go to spiritual world and become Baddha Muktas. Baddha Muktas means they are no more in the Baddha Mukta stage, they will become Nitya Siddhas. Well, they go to the spiritual world, they don't say you have come directly, you have not come directly, you are Nitya Siddha, you are not a Nitya Siddha. Not like that. So everybody who goes there becomes a Nitya Siddha. But how do they do it? How do they do it? Ishvara, Shakti, Achit Shakti, spiritual world, material world. In the middle, Jiva Shakti. How do the Jiva transform from a material world to spiritual world? How do they do it? Maharaj is asking, how do they do it? Nitya Mukta, Baddha Mukta. Nitya Mukta becoming Baddha Mukta. How? How do the Nitya Baddhas become Baddha Muktas and go to the spiritual world? How do they do it? That is the process of Abhideya. When we learn the knowledge and properly, when we discuss and when we take that path, that means it is Abhideya. We will know, we will come to a conclusion, what should we do, what should not we do. So that is the process of Abhideya. Abhideya means Bhakti to Vishnu or Krishna is Bhakti to Vishnu or Krishna is that process. In that process of Bhakti, the supreme process is Nama Sankirtan. So in Bhakti process, in a Bhakti Tattva, we have this Nama Sankirtan as a supreme process. That is hearing, chanting, and remembering the name of the Lord. Other methods mentioned in the scriptures, which are karma, jnana, yoga, are all indirect methods for approaching bhakti. Okay, it's very important. Other methods mentioned in the scriptures, which are karma yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga, are all indirect methods for approaching bhakti. But direct method is bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga means hearing, chanting, remembering the Lord's name. That's all. So other methods mentioned in the scriptures, which are karma, jnana, and yoga, are all indirect methods for approaching bhakti. Okay. This is Abhideya. How to practice. Now our taking sambandha is finished. After that, whatever activity, actions we are doing, that is called Abhideya. Then Prayojana. Because of knowledge, we did good Abhideya, everyday practice, and then we get a proper result. Prema, Prayojana. What is a Prayojana? The goal of Prayojana is to perfect that bhakti, which is called Prema. So this is called Prema. That Prayojana. Result is called Prema. Okay. Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana. This is the knowledge which is the scriptures. So there are 9 points, and these are knowledge by going through the scriptures. By going through the scriptures, we have 3: Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojana. But even if we have scriptures and we have even Bhagavatam, still there is a method of getting that knowledge. So therefore, we have to go through the parampara system. So even though we have Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana given in Chaitanya Charitamrita, and if we are Bhagavatam also, we are saying Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana. Chaitanya Charitamrita also Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana. All the scriptures are in 3 different divisions: Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana. That's all. All the scriptures are in these 3 classifications. Okay. Even though these classifications are there, how to get knowledge from that? What is the method of getting knowledge? So therefore, we have to go through the parampara system. If we have the knowledge, if we want the knowledge, we have to adopt a proper method. That is, adopting proper method means to accept the Guru Parampara. And through the Guru Parampara system, we will learn everything. Now we are talking about Sastra Ninda, criticism of Sastras. Now we are there now in the criticism of Sastra Ninda. But some Sastras, if we reject, it's not Sastra Ninda because they are not considered Shastra. So some Sastras, if we are rejecting, like whatever we are not following, that scriptures, if we are rejecting, like the Tamagun Puranas or something like that, no problem. They are not considered as Sastra. Why? Because the conclusions are contrary to what the Vedas say. So whatever Sastra we are studying, that should go with the conclusion of conclusion. That should be that should not be contrary to the conclusions of the Vedas. Okay. So now if we go to the Puranas, the Tamasic Purana, they say that Shiva is Lord. How to accept this Veda? The Shastras we are rejecting. Okay. We are not commenting, criticizing, but we are rejecting. Why? Because it has been told that Shiva is the God. So then we have the Shastras about the religion. We have some Shastras which are dealing with religion. So if we reject that, it is also not considered rejection of the scriptures. So if we say Bhakti Yoga and other things are religion, and if we see that the scriptures are in religion. That is wrong, actually. So, but there are some shastras which are in religion. So we can reject them. If we reject that, it is also not considered. So if we reject them, that is not considered as a ninda. Okay. Rejection of shastra. Why we have to reject? We have to reject Buddhists. We have to reject Jains. We have to reject Charvakas. We should reject Muslims and Christians. So these are the main reactions of shastras. We have to reject Buddhists, Jains, Chakravakas, Charvakas, Muslims, and Christians. Okay, we have to reject. Philosophies that misinterpret. Some philosophies misinterpret acceptance of Vedas but misinterpretation. They have given two columns. One is philosophies that misinterpret. So we have many philosophies, but they will not write that look for the scriptures. So in this way, there's philosophies that misinterpret. There are many philosophies that will misinterpret. Acceptance of Vedas, but misinterpretation. So we can accept the Vedas, but with if it is doing misinterpretation, then we have to reject it. Darshanas, Vedanta, the sixth Darshana, Sankara's version of Vedanta, Mayavada. The six darshanas, of which five are actually rejected and is atheistic. So this Sad Darshanas, in Sad Darshanas, we are rejecting five atheistic because they are atheistic. There are various interpretations of this also in Sankara's version of Vedanta. Everything except Brahman is illusion. Jiva is not real. Material world, what they say, this Shankara's philosophy, what does it say? Everything except Brahman is illusion. Jiva is not real. Material world is not real. Only personal Brahman exists. So this verse is rejected. So if we see that is wrong with the conclusion of Bhagavatam, we should reject it. So they are not only worshipping this misconceptions, and they're also taking it to their heart and thinking that only Lord is burning all impersonal, that Brahman, that is like burning Brahmananda. So when they say only Brahmananda exists and the impersonal Brahman exists, how can we accept this? So this Vedanta is rejected. Then Jaimini. Then that Sankaracharya's Vedanta is rejected. And then Jaimini. Jaimini does Purva Mimamsa and Karma Mimamsa. They worship, he prefers worship of Devatas and living in the material world, not even going for liberation. So these Jaimini people, they are rejecting liberation. They are only accepting Devata worship and living in a material world, and they're not interested for mukti also. So this is a faultistic religion with material goals based upon Vedas. This is also rejected. So these Vedas are also rejected because materialistic goals are there. Next. Gautama, Kannada. Gautama and Kannada used logic. These people use logic. We are not this body. They use this logic. But we cannot come to a valid conclusion using logic. Simply by logic, you cannot get the right answer for everything. So that principle we don't accept. Logics means Anumana Prabha. Logics. They will put logics. Kapila's Sankhya philosophy, which is atheistic, and says Lord does not create the world, no God, only Jiva and Prakriti, and ending up all misery just by understanding Jiva. So this philosophy is also rejected. Okay. So Kapila's Sankhya philosophy is also rejected. They say Lord does not create the world, no God, only Jiva, only Prakriti. So how does without God we are there? They tell like this. Kapila's Sankhya philosophy, they say that no God, only Jiva. So this philosophy is also rejected. Then Patanjali yoga process. Though accepts the Lord and not atheistic, still the Lord has a minor role to play at the end. So the Patanjali yoga system also, we are rejecting them also because very minor, the minor portion they accept Lord, Krishna. They are not accepting Krishna fully. It's a yoga process to realize Atma. It's yoga, Ashtanga yoga. So this process is also rejected, not Bhakti yoga. So even though it is not atheistic, they accept the Lord, but still we don't accept Patanjali yoga. It's yoga, it's not Bhakti yoga. It's Ashtanga yoga. So though these various philosophies accept the Vedas, but because they come to the various conclusions which are not acceptable, they are all rejected. So we are rejecting Patanjali yoga, Kapila's Sankhya philosophy, Gautama Kanda, then Jaimini's Purva Mimamsa and Karma Mimamsa, and then Saddarshanas. That's 6 darshanas, Sankara's version. So they try to tell the 6th version at least, but then they are not clear. So we are not accepting this Saddarshanas Vedanta. Okay. So we are not accepting Vedanta even by Mayavada school. Mayavada is Sankarites, the followers of Sankaracharya. So we are not accepting. Jaimini also he worships Devatas, material world and liberation. They are not worship. They are not asking for. He prefers worship. He prefers worship of Devatas, living in the material world, not even going for liberation. So this is a faltistic religion with material goods, material goods based upon Vedas. So this is also rejected. Okay. So we will reject Sankaracharya's Mayavada philosophy, we will reject Jaimini's Purva Mimamsa and Karma Mimamsa, and we will reject Gautama Kanda, Gautama Kannada, by understanding you are not this body. That is third. Fourth is Kapila's Sankhya philosophy, which is atheistic. So Kapila teaching Sankhya Yoga for his mother is here said atheistic. They reject. Patanjali Yoga through Patanjali also the Lord has minor role, so we are not accepting Patanjali Yoga also. Okay, that's why all these are really in majority we are rejecting them. Okay. 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 Thank you so much, dear devotees. Hare Krishna. We have finished these pages only. Now remedy Sasaninda and who is the supreme? We have this. What is the cause of getting a wrong meaning? Lakshana, using Lakshana. All that tomorrow we'll see. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpadarupishya kripa sindhupya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo